Hello, my name is Mike Johnson. I'm taking you on an inside and outside video tour of this 2018 Toyota Sienna Premium. Actually, it's Toyota Sienna Limited Premium. So this is the tippy top of the line. Best you can get Toyota Sienna. It's about a $50,000 sticker price on this, because this one has the advanced technology package on it, which is very hard to find, especially on the older ones. This Toyota's now got what they call Toyota Safety Sense P, and it includes a front radar, almost like a self-driving autopilot mode, but it's basically a smart cruise control. So we're going to explain the features of this minivan in this video. It has a lot of the features you might find on a Tesla Model S or SUV. It's top of the line. And let's get in and take a look at it. Starting with the wheels. It has 18-inch wheels and it has brand new tires on the front. The rears are fine. The rears have about 60% tread left, more or less, 50-60%. You have brand new tires on the front. We just put these on. And you got these high performance 18-inch wheels. And these tires are Goodyear Eagles high performance tires. So they're very good. Up on the front, you have HID xenon headlights. So bright xenon headlights. And you have these LED eyebrow daytime running lights, which set you apart from everybody else. For 2018, they have the whole new look on the outside. So it's got the more modern looking front end. It's different fog lights, and because it's a limited premium, it has a front parking sonar sensors. Now you got to keep this, I'm going to explain. Parking sonar, that only helps you up to about 2 feet away, 24 inches. This is your close proximity parking warning system. But this has something new, state-of-the-art various features, which I'm going to go over, so you need to pay careful attention so you can tell them apart. Now this has a front radar. That's different than the Sonar. This front radar is a millimeter wave radar. You know the police, when they point the radar gun at you to tell how fast you're going? You know, and you're coming over a hill, and then you're doing 90 miles an hour, and then you see the little motorcycle cop with his radar gun pointed at you, and you're like, uh-oh, and you start saying curse words and hitting your brake. Okay, that type of radar is built into the front of this car. So it actually has a front radar that measures the speed of the vehicle in front of you. So when you're using cruise control, it'll automatically slow down and match speeds with a vehicle in front of you. So you can use cruise control in heavy traffic. You can go out and set your cruise control for 80 miles an hour. And if the vehicle in front of you is only going 45, it'll automatically slow down and match speeds to the vehicle in front of you. And if that vehicle speeds up, it'll speed up automatically. If it slows down, it'll slow down and apply the brakes automatically. That's kind of like an autopilot mode. It's not self-driving, but it's kind of leaning in that direction. In addition to the front radar, new for 2018, they have a front camera system here, which is tied directly to the cruise control. So if you're driving along and the radar picks up something and the front camera spots a pedestrian walking right in front of you, it has the capability to avoid running into the pedestrian automatically. It's called the pedestrian detection and avoidance technology. So I'm not going to walk in front of this car when it's driving forward, but if somebody does, that may save you from being involved in an injury accident, which will really help you out and will really help somebody else out, especially if it's someone you know. Okay, there's another feature that this car has. I talked about the front radar. It also has rear radar. So when you're backing out of a parking space, it will detect vehicles approaching up to 100 feet away when you're backing out of a parking space. The rear radar detects that. Okay. And of course it has the front parking sensor sonar, which is close proximity. But there's something else that's new for 2018. This has a surround view camera. Now when you're looking at the backup camera, it's almost like you had a little drone flying 100 feet above the car, looking at all the terrain around you and it displays that on the backup camera, but it doesn't use a drone. It uses 4 different backup cameras. So there's actually a backup camera under each mirror, and there's a backup camera in the front bumper here, right here. Yeah, you got a backup camera in the front. So there's 2 cameras on the front of this car, the front backup camera and the anti-collision camera. And it electronically creates a composite image as if a drone was flying overhead, and it actually works really good. I'll show you that in a few minutes. Okay, that's only on the top of the line versions. They didn't have that on the 2017s. Some of these features I'm describing were not commonly available on the 2017s or older. In the older days, they had the laser cruise control. This is much better. Millimeter wave radar means your front radar or your rear radar is sensitive to up to 1 millimeter distances to measure speeds. It's very, very impressive technology built into this vehicle. That's why a brand new one costs about $50,000, because it has all these features. But lucky for you, I have a used one. You better jump all over it, because these are really hard to find. Going on to more features, this has power open and close, sliding doors on left and right side. So I'm opening them with the remote control. This one has the lounge recliner, second row seats, and it has a power folding third row seat. It also has a power open and close rear hatch. And when I say power open and close, that means you can power open it, or you can power and close. But on the doors, you just hold until they close. And this is a 2018, so this is barely a year old. I'm filming this at the end of March 2018. I'm sorry, in the March of 2019. Get my year straight. This is a 2018 minivan, and this video was filmed in March of 2019 at the end of the month. So, power open, closed doors, lounge recliner seating, power folding seats. It's also got dual sunroofs in this model because it's a limited premium, and it's got the Blu-Ray widescreen entertainment system in here. So you got a front tilt and slide power sunroof / moonroof, and a rear parade power sliding sunroof / moonroof. Tilt and slide sunroof, Blu-ray player. Because this is a limited premium, it also has this sliding cup holder which moves forward and back. And because it has the entertainment system, it has built into it, it's got USB ports. It's got AC 110 volt power, so you can plug in your video game console right here, or your laptop, or charge your cell phones, and it'll power those just like plugging it in the wall at your house. It has that 110 volt power point game port. It has an HDMI plug, so you can plug your Xbox or PlayStation into the vehicle, and these are easy access to the rear. They just slide forward. And I mentioned these are power folding. They're power reclining, so if you're sitting in the back, you have a little switch down here, so you can just hit the switch and power recline the seats. But if you go grocery shopping, you've got the remote control. You just hit, when you're walking up to the car with all your groceries, you hit the button, open the hatch, and then if you have flat groceries, you can fold the seats halfway or all the way. They'll go halfway automatically and retract the headrest. See that? That's 60-40 split. And then if you want, oh, I'm going the wrong way, you can go all the way into the floor well right there. And they're fold flat third row seat, electrically operated, which you don't need to throw your back out if you're holding a baby in your arms, or groceries in your arms, or hardware from Home Depot. You can unvelcro these and fold these flat so little dirt and debris won't fall down. And you can remove the middle row seats In other vans, not this one, I've been able to carry a stack of 4x8 sheets of plywood and still have room to put blankets around the side, so I did not damage the vehicle that I carried 4x8 sheets of plywood. Or you can fit 10-foot long sections of pipe in here. There's a lot of room. This is actually, of the minivans, this is the largest minivan you can buy. And having a flat floor is really nice. There's no hump to haggle with. On the sides, if you have little ones in here, these privacy shades go up. So, you know, little ones, they can't turn their heads to keep the sun from shining in their eyes, so it's really convenient to put those up for them. And in the back, you have a second 110 volt power outlet, an additional cigarette lighter port to plug in things. You got cubbies all around. You got additional audio system connection points inside the cubbies. You got like 14 drink holders in here in various locations, so you can keep buying drinks and never throw the old ones away. This is a 7-seat passenger, seats 7 people in here, including the driver. They don't make the Limited with an 8th passenger, and that has to do with the weight, gross vehicle weight rating. So there's no way to put an 8th seat in a Limited. If you need 8 seats, you need to buy an XLE or an LE, and they don't come with all-wheel drive in 8 passenger either, only 7 passenger. Now this is a 2-wheel drive, front wheel drive. So this is not an all-wheel drive, this is a 2-wheel drive. And while I'm down here in the back, and I'm going to show you, this one has the factory Toyota trailer hitch as well, which is very rare to find. This is like $1,000 option just for the trailer hitch, because it's a specially designed low profile trailer hitch. And you may not even want to pull a trailer. You could. They're tow rated for 3,500 pound trailer, 3,500 pound trailer. So you could pull a small boat, Sea-Doo, jet skis, motorcycle trailer, or whatever, up to 3,500 pound towing rating. But you may just want to put a bike rack on the back and take your bikes down to the beach. It's whatever you want. But with the towing package, it comes with a heavy duty cooling system that's standard on the Limiteds anyways. Yeah, with the flat floor, it's got a lot of cargo room. So while we're talking about the folding flat seats, I'm gonna put them back up here. Go back up, fold these Velcros up, and then go up, latch in the first point, and then you can let go. Now you're ready to haul passengers. Because it's split, you can put one seat folded and carry 6 people, or put the other seat folded and carry 5 people. It's up to you. It's a lot of room. This has got a large cargo area, and because it's a Sienna Limited Premium, it has a JBL premium sound. There's a big subwoofer in the back. It has Bluetooth for music, Bluetooth for phone. Let's go start it up and look at some of the dash features, take it for a little test drive. So I jumped into the driver's seat, and I'm going to start showing you features in the driver's seat. Okay, new for 2018, this has lane assist, which they never had before on Sienna. So if it's lane departure warning and front radar distance selection for the radar adaptive cruise control. So if I turn on my cruise control, up on the dash, shows a picture of the car, it says radar ready, it shows my lane lines. When those turn solid, then the lane assist is active, and it can actually give me steering inputs to help me stay in the lane. You can hold it in a turn and stuff like that. It's not self-driving. You can't jump in the back seat. It's just a really, really smart cruise control system. So yeah, you have to stay in the driver's seat, and it's a very smart cruise control system. But you need to basically do most of the steering and stuff like that, and you always have to be up here. Now, the navigation, this has a premium navigation system with live traffic. I have green stripes appearing on some of my surface streets and my freeways. And new for the 2018, it's got a bird's eye view. So you've got top view with north up, top view with forward up, and bird's eye view, as if you're flying a camera, viewing from a kite hanging behind the vehicle. Now I'm trying to keep my video short. This is a Blu-ray widescreen video player. You have a Blu-ray disc player down here, and it has HDMI. Like I said, you can plug in your video game, Xbox, PlayStation, the state-of-the-art 4K system, and it will still work. Now let's look at the backup camera. I've got a very cool backup camera. So that's the drone eye view, and it has guidelines showing where my tires will go. So as I turn the steering wheel, the guidelines move. I'm gonna drive into the shade so I don't get glare from the camera to make my video come out a little bit more clear. But see, this is my front camera view. So when you're pulling up to an object, like I see a yellow pole in front of me, I'm gonna pull up to that yellow pole, and I don't want to hit it, don't want to damage your car, but I can look at the camera view and I can see the yellow pole is in the top view and the front view, and it's using the parking sonar to judge how close am I getting. Pretty close. I can get a little bit closer. Don't want to scare you. Put it in park, backup camera goes away, put it in reverse. That's my backup view, but I'm in drive, so that's my front view. Now you can enable or disable some of these features, but that's really cool. They've had this in other countries for years. It's kind of new, some of these cameras, how they synchronize them. This is uses a smart technology to get the view of the camera, but I can go to reverse, forward. I can select different camera views. And you know, when you're in a drive-through restaurant, that makes it really easy to maneuver without grinding your tires off on the curb there. So let me hold it like this. I'm gonna back up away from the yellow pole. See that? We're backing up, and I have my guidelines. When I go forward, it says I'm gonna go, the front's gonna go there and the rear's gonna go there. And drive. See that? Pretty cool. Let's go around this corner over here. Now, when you go faster, it goes away. But if you go slow, I have it set for automatic. So when I go below a certain speed, it automatically judges how close I'm getting to the curb. You see? I got too much glare. I'm going to go the other direction. Let's go around this point here. So go slow. And then we got the view to the curb. So I'm parking. Why don't we park in a parking space? So I can put myself in a parking space, backing it in. I'm going to back in on the left over here. I'm going for those parking spaces. So let's give you a demonstration. See the parking spaces right there? And going in, turning sharper, going in. There's a pole right close by. See that? There we go. We parked in a parking space. And I can go forward right up to the curb so I don't hit it. So we have the front camera now. So we're pulling up to the front parking space. Line up a little better. See the front curb right there? We don't want to scrape on it. So get really close. And we stop. We don't go with the front end hanging over the curb. Let's get out and take a look. See how it did. So you have the pretty front end. You still have room. You can see exactly how you fit in the parking space. If you want to pull forward more, you can, but we have enough room. We're all the way in. See that? We're parked good, nice and straight. You can select auto view, you can have heated steering wheel, you can aim the headlights higher or lower if you think you are blinding other motorists. They're super bright headlights, and you can aim them down a little bit to make sure, but usually 0 is fine unless you're carrying like passengers and luggage, taking them to the airport, then you may want to adjust it down. But yeah, heated steering wheel, automatic surround view camera, parking sonar. This opens and closes your rear vent. You have a change holder. So if you have toll roads in the area, this is your fuel access door, JBL surround system, and you have driver's memory settings. So driver's memory settings, button 1, like his and hers or his and his. I got button 1 programmed. Let me push 2, and 2 is adjusting for somebody else, probably a female, because it's going way forward. So you set up a his and hers or a his and his or whatever, or hers and her settings, and then it automatically adjusts the seat to your setting. You have a button 1 and a button 2. So new for 2015 and newer, the dash display here is pretty good. If you forget your key, say check for key. I have my key, but it's next to my phone. Sometimes it can be cloaked. But you have these toggle menus, and you can select the, like, it'll show you your radio station. It'll show you a compass wheel. It'll show you your vehicle speed, and it'll even put a little speed limit sign. So when this vehicle is so smart, if you're driving on a street that has a 45-mile-an-hour speed limit, it'll put a 45-mile-an-hour speed limit sign right on the center display. So even if you don't see the sign on the street, it'll be there, and usually that's pretty accurate. Change your settings if you want, messages, and I like this smart driving thing. We're gonna go on a test drive in a second here. Control. So I have my radar. It's just like regular Toyota cruise control. You turn it on, and you push down to lock at a certain speed, and you push up to go faster. So I'm gonna try to pull in behind these vehicles here. I'm going to cut a U-turn, and this is a very fast van. The 2017s and newer are faster than the older ones because they have dual injected fuel injection, so it's pretty high horsepower. So I've engaged my cruise control, and I've set it for 61 miles an hour, but yet we're only going 50 miles an hour, and I've taken my feet off the gas, and we're automatically slowing down. So we're tracking this vehicle in front of us, the white car. He's slowing down, and if you watch my speed, he's hit the brake, and I'm ready to touch the brake, but it's auto braking, and it's beeping at me that I need to take over. So I'm just going to go forward, and I'm going to wait for my turn, and then I'm going ahead, and it's ready to re-engage. I can hit resume, and it'll accelerate me back up to my previous speed. And then there's another vehicle ahead of me. So while we're test driving, now this is really fast for a V6. This has a 3.5 liter V6, but they made some changes to the engine a couple years ago, and they came up with dual fuel injection. So it has direct injection, and then it has port injection. So the combination of those two means it really gets up and go. So there's butterflies everywhere. I'm going to let them get out of the way and then go full power, and then it takes off really fast. And then it has an 8-speed transmission, so it feels really smooth in its acceleration. You can't even feel the shifting. It just gets up and goes. Bang, 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 bang. It's pretty interesting because it can hold its own with some of the best vehicles out there. Could almost make one of these a cop car and chase people over and write lots of tickets. That they're fast enough to be a cop car, and they handle really well with those Goodyears. Now I mentioned it had lane assist, so if I drift out of my lane here, then you hear it's beeping and it's steering the steering wheel back. So it actually torqued my steering wheel to the right when I drifted across the lane, because the front camera is detecting the lanes. In addition to lane assist, it has automatic high beams, so you can drive around with your high beams set to high beam all the time, and the front camera, if it sees other vehicles around, it'll automatically dim it. So even if you try to leave your high beams on all the time, it'll automatically dim it to low beam for you. And very good headlights on this. So we're sitting in the dash again, and we're going to look at the Bluetooth systems. So I have some songs on my phone, and they're playing wirelessly via Bluetooth to the dash radio. So when you're playing Bluetooth, the cover art appears there, and then you can select your song list and select the songs. It'll pull it up from the Bluetooth, or you can just fast forward to the next song from your phone. But when you're driving, you're supposed to leave your phone put away, so you can control it from the Bluetooth controls on the steering wheel. Next song. And then it's selected the next song. It does it wirelessly via Bluetooth. So you don't have to touch your phone when you're driving. Now if a call comes in, you can press answer or hang up, and then it goes to your phone menu. I'll put my keypad. If you're actually making a call, it'll pause your music while you answer or hang up from your call right here. And then the microphone is built into the car, so instead of reaching for your phone if a call comes in, you just take the call via Bluetooth. So phone via Bluetooth and music via Bluetooth. Or if you have iHeartRadio, this supports the Toyota Entune apps and a lot of features associated with that. So map has got access to one touch of a button. It has live traffic information, all kinds of features. This is the top of the line, state-of-the-art Toyota navigation system. And if you want to know how to use it, the manuals are here. This has dual glove boxes in it. Let's walk around the outside one more time and then wrap up the video. So as I'm concluding my video, the last 3 digits of the VIN number are 232. We're going to pop the hood and look under the hood. Walk around and wrap it up with my credits. Under hood, it's nice and clean. It has the new D4S V6, which is more powerful, and it actually gets better gas mileage than the older versions. So it's more fuel efficient and more powerful. My name is Mike Johnson. Give me a call. 951-681-2101. Thank you.